Did you know that the healthy food you're eating might not be as healthy as you think? We're peeling back the layers of this health food illusion, brought to life by smart marketing ploys and loose regulations. Uncovering the truth behind those natural, organic, and low-fat labels. Do they really mean what we think they mean? Or just a well-crafted ruse to make us believe we're making healthier choices? Misleading buzzwords, exaggerated health benefits, vibrant yet deceptive images are what we're exposing in this video. It's time to take control of your health, one label at a time. In this bustling age of health consciousness, it's not uncommon to find food packages screaming healthy claims at us. In fact, a vast majority of these health claims are nothing more than a sophisticated marketing strategy designed to sell. This is the art of misdirection. Food manufacturers employ a host of tactics to make their products seem healthier than they really are. Do you know any of these tactics? If so, leave them in the comments. Continuing on. They use buzzwords like natural, organic, sugar-free, low-fat, and more to catch your attention. But here's the catch. These terms are often loosely regulated and makes their usage out to be misleading. Were you aware of this? Take, for instance, the term natural. It may conjure up images of wholesome, minimally processed foods, but in reality, there's no official definition for what natural really means in terms of food labeling. What does natural mean to you? Leave your response in the comments. This means that manufacturers can slap it on just about any product, irrespective of its actual nutritional content. And it's not just buzzwords. Misleading graphics and health benefits also play a crucial role in this deception. Can you recall any product that uses misleading graphics? Let us know. Which one? A product may boast of being high in fiber, while conveniently omitting the fact that it's also high in sugar. Or it may display a vibrant image of fresh fruits, even though the actual product contains little to no real fruit. What's the most misleading health claim you've come across? The impact of these misleading claims on consumer choices is significant. Many of us are trying to make healthier choices, and these claims can create a false sense of security. Like the video, if you ever fallen for these misleading claims, we may end up consuming foods that are high in sugars, fats, and artificial ingredients, all the while thinking we're doing something good for our bodies. So, how do we navigate this tricky landscape? The first step is awareness. By understanding the tactics used by food manufacturers, we can start to see through the health food hype. Let's start taking control of our health. Now, unveiling some of the most prevalent deceitful claims on food labels. Did you ever get deceived by the whole grain claim? Picture this scenario. You're navigating the supermarket aisle, and you spot a box of cereal proudly boasting to be whole grain. But when you turn it around, the first ingredient that greets you is sugar. Or perhaps you stumbled upon a carton of juice proudly proclaiming itself as 100% natural, but it's brimming with artificial flavors and preservatives. What's the most deceptive 100% natural claim you've ever come across? Those were just a few instances. There are countless food labels that mislead us. We're constantly assaulted with catchy terms like gluten-free, low-fat, no added sugars, and organic. Can you think of a gluten-free or low-fat label that was far from the truth? Don't let them mislead you. These terms often what's truly in the package. A low-fat snack might be low in fat but high in sugar, far from being healthy. Have you ever been tricked by a low-fat but high-sugar snack? Then there's the clever trick of serving sizes. Ever noticed how a packet of chips might advertise only 70 calories per serving, but a serving is a measly 10 chips? Have you ever been fooled by the serving size on a snack packet? These labels might not be outright lying, but they're certainly not spilling the whole truth. Misleading images also contribute to the grand illusion, with vibrant colors, fruit illustrations, and health benefit icons diverting our attention away from the less appealing information in the nutrition panel. Which of these misleading images have you ever been fooled by? Let's not overlook the overstated health benefits. Some products assert to boost immunity, improve digestion, or support heart health. While these claims may hold some truth, they often magnify the benefits or oversimplify the science. Have you ever purchased a product because of such health claims? This cunning marketing can drastically influence our food choices and consequently our health. It's a murky realm of half-truths and smart phrasing designed to convince us we're purchasing something healthier than it really is. But fear not, we're here to guide you through these treacherous waters. What's the most misleading food label you've ever encountered? Let's dig into the maze of ingredients and learn the art of deciphering. Understanding the ingredient list on a food label can feel like you're trying to read a foreign language. But it's not as complicated as it seems. Remember, ingredients are listed in order of quantity, with the most prominent and dominant ones first. If a sweetener like sugar, fructose, or high fructose corn syrup is the first ingredient, you might want to think twice before adding it to your cart. But what if sugar isn't listed at all? Sugar can be a master of disguise, hiding under names like dextrose, maltose, or even organic cane juice. Can you recall a product where sugar was hidden under different names? And what about those long, unpronounceable names? These are often additives or preservatives, some of which can be harmful if consumed in large amounts. Ever came across a label with a long list of unpronounceable names? And let's not forget about the fat-free or low-fat labels. While these products may indeed be low in fat, they often compensate by adding more sugar or salt. Ever been tricked by a low-fat but high-sugar or salt product? Deciphering the ingredient list is an art that can help you make healthier food choices. Always remember, the shorter the ingredient list, the better. Ask yourself, can you recall a product with a short and simple ingredient list? Understanding what goes into your food is the first step towards a healthy diet. This small table on the back of your food packaging is a goldmine of information. It tells you everything you need to know about the nutritional content of what you're about to consume. See the calories? That's the amount of energy you get from one serving of the product. And the fats, carbohydrates, proteins, they give you a breakdown of what makes up those calories. But wait, don't overlook the serving size. It's easy to think that the nutritional facts apply to the whole package, but they usually don't. The serving size is often much smaller than you'd expect. So if you're consuming more than one serving, remember to multiply the nutritional values accordingly. That low-calorie snack might not be so low-calorie after all. You see, food manufacturers often use smaller serving sizes to make the nutrition facts appear more appealing. It's a common trick, but now that you're aware of it, you won't be fooled. Understanding the nutrition facts and serving sizes is a crucial part of making informed food choices. It's not just about knowing what's in your food, it's about knowing how much of it you're actually consuming. So the next time you pick up a food item, take a moment to study the nutrition facts and serving size. You might be surprised at what you discover. Let's unpack some of the most commonly used health buzzwords in the food industry. The term natural can be quite misleading. It doesn't necessarily mean healthy. For instance, arsenic is natural, but you wouldn't want it in your food. In the food industry, natural often just means that the product doesn't contain any artificial ingredients or preservatives. But it doesn't say anything about the nutritional value of the product. Organic means the product was produced without certain synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. But it doesn't guarantee the product is healthy or low in calories. An organic cookie is still a cookie after all. Free range refers to how the animals were raised. It implies that the animals had access to the outdoors, but the specifics can vary greatly. While it's a good thing from an animal welfare perspective, it doesn't necessarily mean the product is more nutritious. So the next time you see these buzzwords on your food labels, remember they're not a guarantee of health. It's always important to look beyond the buzzwords and check the nutrition facts and ingredient list. Let's expose the tactics often used by food companies to make their products seem healthier than they actually are. Food companies are experts at marketing. They use various tactics to make their products more appealing to health-conscious consumers. For instance, a product might be labeled as low-fat, but this doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. Often, when the fat is reduced, sugar or salt is added to make up for the lost flavor. So, while you're cutting down on fat, you might be consuming more sugar or salt than you realize. No added sugars doesn't mean the product is sugar-free. It may contain naturally occurring sugars or artificial sweeteners, which can have their own health implications. Always check the ingredient list to see what kind of sweeteners are used. Made with real fruit sounds healthy, but it doesn't tell you how much real fruit is in the product. It could be as little as 2%, with the rest made up of sugars and artificial flavors. Again, checking the ingredient list is key. Remember, just because a product is marketed as healthy doesn't mean it is. Always read the label carefully and make sure you understand what you're really eating. You'd be surprised where these misleading claims often hide. Let's unmask some of the common culprits. In the labyrinth of grocery store aisles, misleading health claims lurk in every corner, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting consumers. One of the most notorious offenders, low-fat foods. While they may seem like a healthy choice, many low-fat items are loaded with added sugars to compensate for the loss of flavor. The result? a supposedly healthy snack that could potentially derail your diet. Does this ring a bell to anyone for this low-fat health claim? Next up, one we have to give extra attention to: the natural products. While the term natural may conjure images of wholesome, unprocessed foods, there's no strict regulation for this term in many regions. As such, natural products could still contain a plethora of artificial ingredients, preservatives, and even high-fructose corn syrup. What's the most misleading natural product you've come across? Leave it in the comments. Let's talk about sugar-free items. It sounds ideal for those trying to cut down on their sugar intake, right, diabetics? Well, not so fast. Many sugar-free products replace sugar with artificial sweeteners, some of which may have their own health concerns. Additionally, these products often contain more fat to make up for the lack of sugar. Who can forget the infamous whole grain claim? While whole grains are indeed a healthy choice, some products merely coat their products with a thin layer of whole grains, while the rest is still refined grains. This gives them the liberty to slap a whole grain label on the front, while the majority of the product doesn't deliver the same health benefits. What's your experience? Last, the gluten-free tag. While necessary for those with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, for the rest of us, gluten-free doesn't necessarily mean scary. Many gluten-free products compensate for the texture and taste of gluten by adding extra fat and sugar. How have you fallen for the gluten-free health claim? So there you have it, the usual suspects. Low-fat, natural, sugar-free, whole grain, and gluten-free claims can often be confusing, leading us to make choices that aren't as healthy as we think. It's okay, don't lose heart. With a little knowledge and vigilance, we can start to navigate this maze and make informed choices. Awareness is the first step to avoiding these health food imposters. Do you agree? Share your thoughts and experiences with us. Ever heard of health washing? It's a clever trick that's fooling consumers everywhere. Have you heard of this term before? Health washing is a term coined to describe the deceptive marketing strategies used by food manufacturers to sell their products. It's all about portraying unhealthy or mediocre products as wholesome, nutritious choices. It's happening right under our noses. Let's take a look at a common example with breakfast cereals. Many cereals are marketed as whole grain or high in fiber. These buzzwords create a health halo around the product, convincing us it's a good choice for breakfast. Have you ever been convinced by these buzzwords? Of course you have. However, a closer look at the ingredient list often reveals a different story. So, while you're getting some fiber, you're also getting a hefty dose of sugar with your meal. Let us know, what's the most sugar-loaded cereal you've come across? Another example is the low-fat or fat-free claim. We've been conditioned to fear fat, but the reality is our bodies need healthy fats to function properly. So that low-fat yogurt you're enjoying may actually be higher in sugar than the full-fat version. Have you ever compared sugar contents of low-fat and full-fat products? How about natural or organic labels? That term isn't even regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. It can mean just about anything. Gluten-free is another term that's been health-washed, and we've already covered this topic. So how can we avoid being fooled by health washing? The answer is in education. It's crucial to understand what these health claims actually mean, and to always read the ingredient list and nutrition facts. Comment if you always check the ingredient list. My guess is no. Remember, the ingredients are listed in order of quantity, with the most used first. If sugar or artificial ingredients are high up on the list, that's a red flag. In the end, it's important to remember that true health doesn't always come packaged in a box with a shiny health claim on it. It's about eating a balanced diet filled with whole, unprocessed foods. Do you believe in this approach to health? Remember, not everything that glitters is gold, or in this case, healthy. We're curious, have you ever been fooled by these claims? It's a question that we've all had to grapple with at some point or another, right? Like that time you bought a box of low-fat cookies only to discover that they were packed with sugar? Found yourself in this situation? Share your story, flood the comments. Join us, speak of your experiences. Did you ever buy a snack labeled sugar-free, only to find it chock full of artificial sweeteners? Or ever pick up a product boasting no added sugars, but later discovered it was loaded with concentrated fruit juice, which is essentially sugar? What's the most misleading health claim you've come across? We're here to learn from each other. In the spirit of learning, is there a snack, beverage, or supplement you've been eyeing on the supermarket shelf, but you're not quite sure what to make of its health claims? We're curious to know. Drop the product name in the comments. Remember, your input is very valuable. Sharing your experiences and thoughts You're not only helping yourself but also assisting others in making informed decisions. Before we go, we'd like to remind you to stay vigilant and informed. It's easy to be swayed by health claims on packaging. They can often be misleading. Always read the labels, check the ingredients, and remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Did you learn anything from it? If you found this video helpful, and you'd like to stay updated with our latest content and health food myth-busting, hit that subscribe button. It not only helps us reach more people, but also lets us know that you appreciate our work. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. That way you'll never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for joining us this video. Do you have any health myths you'd like us to bust next? If so, leave a comment. Until next time, stay informed and eat wisely.